Hello everyone, welcome to the another lecture of pure substances and mixture. Myself Suman Singh. So in the last class we have discussed about the pure substance and mixture, right? So now in today's class we will discuss about kinds of mixture. So as we know that in day-to-day life we came across different kinds of mixture, right? And some of them are obviously look like mixture. For example, if you will see a mixture of rice and pulses or a handful of soil added into a water, you can easily recognize the two components, right? That the following component is water. Suppose this is a container. Suppose let us take the example. Suppose this is a container, and in this container, suppose we have put the mixture of what, sand and water. So you can easily identify, right, which one is sand and which one is water. Now again, in the second case, if you will take in a container, if you will take rice and pulses, if you are taking here rice and pulses, so you can easily identify that the following mixture, in this mixture there is rice and pulses, right? So what we can say, in in a mixture of raw rice and pulses or handful of soil added into a water, one can easily recognize the two component, right? We can easily recognize what is there in that component. But there are some mixtures in which we cannot see the components. Means what? The example of sugar solution, right? In sugar solution, you will see that we cannot. If you will take the one glass of water, and if you will add there a sugar, after some time such sugar will completely dissolve in the water, right? So at that time it will become very difficult, or it is impossible to identify that in a water, in the following water, the where is sugar and where is water, right? So it will mix uniformly, right? So we cannot recognize, or we cannot see the component, but there are, what we can say, but there are a mixture in which we cannot see the components, right? So what are that? Some example, one example is given here, the sugar solution. When we cannot see the sugar and water separately in a solution, right, it will be shown in a mixed way, right? We cannot see that the following, if in the following place sugar is there, in the following place water is there, right? So according to this, so this mixture has been divided into two main type. What is that? One is homogeneous mixture and another one is heterogeneous mixture. Okay, heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. So one by one we will see what is homogeneous mixture and what is heterogeneous mixture, right? So I will give you, first of all, I will give you one example. Heterogeneous mixture are those mixture in which you can easily identify the components, okay? But in homogeneous mixture you cannot identify the components, or we can say that in homogeneous mixture, the constituent, whatever the constituent present in that solution is universally, or we can say, um, it is uniformly mixed. But in heterogeneous mixture, the components which is present in a heterogeneous mixture are not uniformly mixed, right? So we will see what is written here in this book. So when we talk about the heterogeneous mixture, the definition is a mixture in which the component or the constituent are not uniformly distributed throughout its volume, and it can be easily seen separately, is called what? How heterogeneous mixture means what? You can take the example of soil mixed in a soil, uh, is what? It is a mixture of components and elements, right? So in soil you can easily identify, means what, when you will in soil, whatever the components which is present in the soil is not uniformly mixed, right? In some place you will see sand, in some place you will see mud, and in some place you will see stone, and in some place you will see the other metal particles, right? So what we can say, in sand is a heterogeneous mixture, because whatever the components which is present in the soil is not uniformly distributed, right? So one more example, as you can see, when the example of this soil is given here, as you can see here, example is what? The soil is what? It is a mixture of many components, right? Many compounds and elements. Soil is what? It is a mixture of many compounds and elements, right? And its composition changes from place to place, right? and that is why we find different, and we that is why we find different substances in the soil in different places, right? So I hope all of you have seen the soil, right? So in soil you will see that whatever the constituent, whatever I have told you previously, that suppose it is the sand is there, or soil is there, or in some place mud is there, or in some place stone is there, or in some place metal particle is there, so they will be seen separately, right? So that is why they are called sand. Is what sand is an heterogeneous mixture, right? So some of the heterogeneous mixture, example of some of the heterogeneous mixture is given here. So components, when the components is only solid and solid, okay? When in a heterogeneous mixture, when the component is solid in solid, means solid, all the components, whatever the components which is present in that mixture will be solid. So at that time, what is the example? So at that time the example is taken as sand and iron filling. When sand and iron filling will be, when you will mix, when you will mixed sand and iron filling, at that time you can see the where is sand and where is iron, but it is not uniformly mixed, right? Now again, sand and sugar, if you will may add sand and sugar, you can easily identify that the following compound is sand and following compound is sugar. And overall, if you will see, the sugar is not uniformly mixed in the sand, right? After that, sand and sugar, sand and salt, if you will see, take the example of sand and salt, if you will mix sand and salt, you will see you that the in sand the salt is not uniformly mixed, right? Now again, you can take the example of sulfur and iron filling. Again, if you will add sulfur and iron filling, then that will be and you can easily identify which one is sulfur and which one is iron filling, but it will not be uniformly mixed, right? Now after that, you can take the example of soil. Soil is what? It is a mixture of sand, clay, and minerals, right? After that, we can see the heap of wheat. When you will see the heap of wheat, or heap of rice, at that time you will get the wheat, sand, and husk, right? These are you will get there. When you will see the heap of wheat, at that time in heap of wheat, you will get wheat as well as stone as well as husk. So many things you will get there, right? Now again, the last example is namkeen mixture, which you used to eat, right? Haldiram and all. That is also a mixture of solid and solid mixture, right? You can see in a mixture, you will get so many things, right? Dal, rice, um, or so many things are there, right? So that is also a solid and solid mixture, right? Solid and solid heterogeneous mixture. Okay. Now again, we will see the example of a solid in plus liquid. So chalk in water, okay? If you will add chalk in water, you will see that chalk is not uniformly mixed. Uniformly means chalk is not uniformly mixed in the water, right? Or you can say that chalk अच्छे से पानी में नहीं घुलेगा, ठीक है? Now if you will take the example of sand in water, the sand is also, if you will add sand in water, you will see that the sand, after some time, sand will come below the water, right? This means what? It is not mixing in water, right? Now next is, you can take the example of charcoal and water pond, right? Charcoal and water pond water, where salt, clay, and water is mixed, right? So these are some of the example where the component is solid and liquid, okay? When the component is solid and liquid, at that time, these are the following examples of heterogeneous mixture. Now you will see the example of liquid and liquid. When the components are liquid and liquid, at that time you can see oil in water. If you will add oil in water, you will see that oil will come above and water will go down, right? But it will not mix, right? Water will not mix in the water. Sorry, oil will not mix in the water, right? So that is also an example of heterogeneous mixture. After that, if you will add petrol in water, so at that time also you will see that petrol and water is not mixing properly, right? After some time, petrol will come above and water will go down, right? So this is also an example of heterogeneous mixture, right? Now next is liquid and gas, right? So liquid and gas, the best example is mist, in which water in mist, which is what? Water in air, right? Now next is solid and gas. You will get the best example of solid and gas is smoke and dust. Then we have smoke is what? It is a mixture of so many gases, right? So many harmful gases, as well as the dust particle, as well as the small minute particle, right? And in the same way, when we will see the dust in the spring season, when the wind was when there was a where when wind used to blow, at that time you will see that so many dust used to come out, right? So that is also an example of heterogeneous mixture, right? So I hope you have understood what is heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so now this is some activities you can do it at home, right? Now next we will see after that homogeneous mixture. So I hope you have understood heterogeneous mixture, right? So we will see now heterogeneous mixture. So what is heterogeneous mixture? So homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture, I hope you have understood. Now next is homogeneous. When you talk about the homogeneous mixture is what? A mixture in which its constituents are uniformly distributed throughout its volume and cannot be seen separately is called what? Heterogeneous mixture, right? Means what? Those mixture in which the constituent, whatever the things you will mixed in that mixture, if you cannot identify that thing, okay, that is called what? Heterogeneous mixture. Okay, homogeneous mixture means what? There you can in there, when you will see the constituent which you have mixed in that mixture, you cannot identify that constituent, and that constituent will uniformly distributed throughout the mixture. One example I will give you. Suppose this is a container, and in this container, suppose we have put water, right? In this container we have put water. Okay, so in this water, what we did, we have, in this water we have mixed the sugar. Okay, in this water we have mixed the sugar. Okay, so when we will mix the sugar here in this water, when you will mix the sugar, at that time, after some time, what will happen? The sugar will uniformly mixed in this sugar will become invisible, right? Means what? Sugar will completely dissolve in water, right? So now if we are asked to test this sugar solution, so when you will test this sugar solution from this side, or from this side, or from this side, or from this side, or from this side, from anywhere, if you are testing the sugar, you will get the same taste, right? I hope you are understanding this, what I mean to say. Suppose we have taken a container, and in that container, what we did, we have added a water, and in that water where we have added sugar. Okay, and after some time, what we have seen, the sugar is uniformly mixed. When you will stir it, the sugar will automatically mixed in the water, right? So after some time, what will happen? When the sugar is completely mixed in the water, at that time, if you will taste the water of this solution from here, or from here, or from here, or from here, or any part, or from any part of this mixture, what you will see, you will get the same taste, right? So what does this means? This means that the sugar is uniformly distributed in the water, and this is an example of what? Homogeneous mixture, right? Because the whatever the from any place where from where you are testing the sugar, when you are testing this solution, you are getting the same taste. Means what? The sugar is uniformly distributed, means equally distributed throughout the solution, right? So that is why that type of mixture in which the constituent, here constituent is what? Sugar and water, right? So sugar is completely dissolved in water, right? So that is why we are that type of mixture is called what? Homogeneous mixture, right? In which the constituent are uniformly distributed throughout the solution, right? So I hope you have understood this. It's the same example. One example is given here. The example of sand and salt solution is given. A salt solution is what? It is a mixture. It is made up of salt and water, right? But we cannot see the salt particle in water separately, right? You will see, if you will mix salt in water, you will not be able to see the salt separately, right? If we add 1 or 2 or 3 spoon of salt in a glass of water and stir it, in each case, the solution formed is what? Homogeneous. The solution will formed will be homogeneous, but the proportion of salt and water is not the same, right? The solution, since solution is homogeneous, but the proportion, because we have added, suppose we have taken 10 ml of water, and suppose we have taken um, 1 liter of water, 1 liter of water. In that 1 liter, you have added, suppose 10 gram of sugar, right? Or sugar or salt. So at that time, proportion is not same, but the solution which is formed, is homogeneous. Why? Because the salt or sugar, whatever you are using here, it will uniformly mixed in the solution, right? What salt and water will equally mixed, right? Now next is what we we came across many substances which are commonly thought to be pure, right? But actually they are impure, right? That is homogeneous mixture. For example, as we can see, in day-to-day life we came across many substances which are commonly thought to be pure, but actually they are impure, right? Or we can say homogeneous mixture. For example, you can take the example of tap water. Tap water is not a pure, right? It's not pure, it is a homogeneous mixture. Example of milk, you can say it is not a pure substance, it is a homogeneous mixture. After that, air, honey, fruits, fruit juice, sarbat, ice cream, ink, medicines, bronze, brass, steel. Okay, these are all example of a homogeneous mixture, right? Mm, I hope you have understood that in our day-to-day life we came across so many. Uh, we came across so many substances which pretend to be pure, but they are actually not pure, right? They are homogeneous mixture. So these are the examples. So I hope you have understood what is homogeneous mixture, right? Now next is characteristics of mixture, right? So what is the characteristics of mixture? So first characteristic is, in a mixture constituents are loosely held together and they retain their individual properties. The first characteristic of this mixture is, in a mixture the constituents are loosely held together and they retain their individual properties. Okay, for example, if you are taking the example of a mixture of common salt, okay, and pepper. So salt particles retain their salty taste and pepper particle retain their hot and bitter taste, right? If you will mixed if you will prepare a mixture of salt and pepper, at that time what you will see, the salt particle will retain their salty taste, okay, and the pepper particle will retain their hot and bitter taste, right? This is why it is happening, because in this type of mixture, salt and pepper particles remain the remain separated, right? Well, what you will see in this type of mixture, the salt and sugar particles, salt and pepper particles retain their properties after after mixed after when we have mixed them, right? Or we can say that the this type of mixture, salt and sugar pepper particles remain separated. That is why we get the taste of salt and pepper separately, right? So therefore what we can say that atoms and molecules of a components forming a mixture remain separated and do not form any new substance, right? In a mixture, what we can say, the whatever the atoms and molecules of the components which are forming a mixture, it will remain separated and it do not form any new substance. It is not like this, that if you will add mm for example of this, if you will add pepper and salt, then it will form another compound, or it will form another substance. It is not like this. It will not form a new substance. What it will do, though it will mixed, but it will show their properties, okay, it will retain their properties, right? So I hope you have understood this, right? Now next is, a mixture has no definite set of properties. Means what? For example, as you can say, a mixture has no definite set of property. What does it means? It means that, for example, if you are taking the example of sugar and water, right? So you will have what you will see, that a mixture of sugar and water will have a different physical and chemical properties, right? If they are mixed in various proportion. Means what? If you are mixing the sugar and the water in various proportions, suppose in one container, in one suppose in this container you have mixed 5 gram of water in 10 in 10 liter of water, right? After that, in some container, if you are taking 1 liter of water and 1 kg of salt, 1 kg of salt, okay. After that, in some container, if you are taking 1 liter of water and 10 ml of 10 gram of sugar. So like this, if you will mix in various proportion, what you will see that a mixture of sugar and water will have a different physical and chemical property if they are mixed in various proportion. So when you will mix that type that if you will mix that sugar and salt in various proportion, you will see variations, that you will see that the difference in physical and chemical properties of that solution, of that mixture, right now. So as we know, their densities, boiling point, etc. will depend upon the amount of two component present in it, right? Because if you will increase the increase the amount, just like if you will increase the salt and water, then it if you are taking, suppose I will give you one example. So this is the container, and in this container, 1 kg and 1 liter of water, 1 liter water and 1 kg salt, okay, sugar, and here 1 gram water and 10 ml 10 ml of water, right? 1 gram sugar and 10 ml of water. So at that time, when you will see, the density of this two will be different. This will have a more density than this, right? So and when we talk about the boiling point will also change because of this, right? So what we can say, their densities, boiling point, etc. depend upon the amount of two component present it is, okay. Whatever the amount of component present in that in that mixture will decide its density and boiling point, right? So what we can say, these properties can be variable by adding water or sugar, but their individual properties are not lost by doing so, okay. What we can say, if we are increasing or if we are decreasing the quantity of or quantity of water or sugar, at that time their property will not change, okay. What the properties of water and sugar will not change, but the properties of mixture, when you will see, they will show a various chemical and physical property, okay. Their chemical and physical property will vary. So I hope you have understood this, right? So keep up to this, okay. In next class we will discuss about the solute, solvent and solution, okay. After that, components of mixture can be separated, and the components of mixture which can be separated by a simple physical method, right? So this thing you will see in the next class. I hope today's class you have understood, right? So keep up to this. Thank you.